Money is such a drug. It's the worst drug of all. Because when you have a lot of it, you start to think that you did it, that you earned it, that it was your smarts and your hard work, your risk-taking and all the stuff that you did. And it starts to go to your head, and you start to think how cool you are, and you drive this nice car, and you're cool. People look at you differently, you know, and you feel differently, and you feel this sense of pride, like, yeah, look what I was at. I'm one of the 1%. You know, look at me. And that's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Having been there, done that, been there, done that. And when you get a check for $500,000 from a royalty from a book you wrote, or $1 million from a book you wrote, $1 million for a book I hadn't written yet, because my fame was so big that the publishers would write me $1 million check in advance. So that goes to your head, let me tell you. And then I make some stupid mistakes, and I start making mistakes like I think I can't fail and I can't make mistakes. And then you make some mistakes that cause you big losses, and you go, uh-oh. You know, and it drove me to my knees. And I had to realize, okay, I realize when you finally realize that all of it's a gift anyway, even though how hard you work. It reminds me of the story of the farmer out in the middle of the field, and he's looking at all this grain, this beautiful flowing, ripe crop, this grain, and he's just, wow, look what I did. And the preacher comes by and stops his car and yells out over to the farmer, "It's a nice crop that you and the Lord have here together." And the farmer yells back, "You should have seen it when the Lord had it all by himself." And we chuckle and we laugh, but the farmer thought he grew that crop, but he didn't make the rain. He didn't cause the sun. He didn't create the seed. He only did 1% of it and thought it was all his. 99% is all behind the scenes, hidden by all kinds of invisible forces that support and help us. And if we take credit for the 1% and think we did it all, eventually, at least in my case, it all gets taken away. And you should have seen it when Robert Allen had it all by himself. There was nothing left. And there was $3 million in debt. And I had to dig myself out of it. Or I had to dig out of it on my knees, frankly. So you're young and you're exciting and you're going to buy all the fancy toys, and just realize that that's not where it's at. You got to find out for yourself, right? So go find out for yourself. And then what you find out is that when you help somebody, when you give, the way you inoculate yourself from money is you give the first 10%. You give it away to wherever you feel inspired and motivated to give. You make $100,000, give the first 10% away, not the last 10%. I was always a last giver, so I give a little. Always was a giver, but I was the last giver and I was the small giver. I need you to be a full first giver. And as soon as you come from the title company with a check right in front of you there, give away 10% of it immediately and watch what happens. First of all, it inoculates you from the money. Money is a disease. And when you give the first 10% away, it inoculates you. You don't catch the disease because you realize it's not my money. God, where do you want me to give it?